Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. I love it, enthusiastic Shabbat Shalom. We wanted to start a little early just to get music cooking.
Yeah, let's do some Matov. Hine Matov. We're on page number 10. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I just heard somebody ask an excellent question, which is, where do we get these?
So our prayer books are right in the front, right over here. Hopefully everyone's grabbed one and you can find them. And get up, feel free. You don't need to, decorum is not a thing. You can get up at any point during the service to go get them. We have large print prayer books available as you walk in. Hearing assisted devices are available as well. If you need bathrooms, they're outside to the right. Though all gender and handicap accessible bathrooms are through the office toward the back. And if for some reason we need an emergency exit tonight, of course there's the exit you came in, but notice there's an exit here as well as other exits throughout the room. So, earlier tonight, someone turned to me and they said, "Wow, we're really sorry. We made a huge mess of our table." And I thought back to one of my favorite Jewish folk tales, which is a tale, and you may have heard it before, of a couple who's struggling to have a child. And they're pained and it hurts them, and they finally go to their rabbi and they say to their rabbi, "Rabbi, give us a blessing." And the rabbi's blessing to them is, "May your table be messy next Rosh Hashanah." And they say to themselves, wait, I'm starting the year off. Why do I want a messy table? What's wrong with this rabbi that he didn't bless me with children or something else? A messy table? What is that? Now, no sooner do they leave him, that soon they find out that they're expecting a child. They have that child, and that next Rosh Hashanah, that baby is making that table a giant mess. And they realize, actually, that there's real joy to be found in mess. There's joy to be found in cacophony. There's joy to be found in the low rumble that we sometimes find when we get a bunch of kindergartners, first and second graders in a room together. There is real joy in tonight being consecration. And as we move through our service together and get a chance to bless our newest learners, I want to invite you, should you need a moment, if you're young, you can always go outside, take a breather, come back in. We'll sing loud enough to make sure that everyone can hear us even over the din. But I want you to understand something. The mess, the cacophony, the people, the energy is really ultimately what we are about. That's what Judaism means. That's what the future of this congregation looks like. And so we're so blessed to have all of you here tonight. Whether you're a regular for Friday night or this is your first time here, we want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom.
We do.
So tomorrow, Stella is going to become bat mitzvah. And in honor of that, I'm going to call her up with her immediate family to come on together to light our candles and lead us in Kiddush.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all those who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'yirat lavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'chava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lamikra'ei kodesh Zakiel Tziyat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta Leotanu kidashta Mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon Hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Well done.
Take a seat. We're going to move forward in our prayer books now, page 20, L'chadodi.
Shamo
hands with us.
Verse
146.
So we ask a few questions like, am I awake? Am I prepared? And am I being heard? Are you listening, mystery God? Are you listening? So we sing these words and see what comes. Are we ready to pray? First we ask, am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Are you listening? Are you listening to my prayer? To my prayer. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Do you understand? Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. We join together, bend your knee. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed, Leolam Vaed, Leolam Vaed. Once more, Yadadai, 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 Yadadai,
We're seated together. And we want to introduce someone to the Bima, which I was remiss to introduce before, Rabbi Ma'oz. And
You just gave him a title, which was really nice of you. Maoz is not a rabbi.
Oh, I didn't realize
He's
that.
just a really cool Israeli who traveled this summer with myself, with a few other people from Ner Tamid, and with a whole bunch of other friends from Israel to Tbilisi, Georgia, where we connected with a whole community there of Georgian, both Jews, Christians, and Muslims. We made really cool music together, and we became good friends, so he had to come visit for Shabbat.
And if you want to know more about that community, we are having a screening of the world premiere of a documentary produced by 2 members of our congregation and starring our cantor about our trip there as a congregation as part of the end of the Montclair Film Festival. We got one of the best venues, in fact, because
We did.
they knew people were going to show up for it.
Sunday at 1:30, standing room only. Come on in. All right, we move forward.
Page 147, roll into dark. You can see the words on the slide.
A lot of our friends in our, thanks to Rabbi Sharon, who introduced a lot of not only prayers, but choreography to our prayer experience. So anyone who wants to, get ready to
I'm
roll.
not sure these students even know it yet. But I'll
They
show
don't,
you
but
the-
they can roll.
I'll show you the
Rabbi
hand
Sharon's
motions.
gonna show you the choreography.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Roll into dark.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Moraya muvalayla, golelun bipnechoshen, golelun bipnechoshen, vechoshech mipnei or.
Once more, roll into dark. Keep rolling.
Roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into rolling, night becomes day, day turns to night. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Page 148. In each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world. In each age, we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment, we stand face to face with truth. In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder. In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Page 150.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We raise our voices in awe and wonder and moments of wow, and we say how wonderful and how grateful that we are that God is with us and nearby and doing all kinds of amazing miracles. Page 152.
וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We turn our attention to the slide as we ask God's blessing to be with us in times of darkness, to spread over us a shelter of peace, so that one day we will all be in a sense of wholeness, out of peace with each other and under God's protection.
אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו, ושמור צאתנו. שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
We rise now for the tefillah, the central prayer of our service. So we're going to sing this opening meditation together on page 155, and then I invite you to continue in silent prayer for the next several pages, or of course, you're welcome to say the prayers and meditations of your heart.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ופי יגיד תהילתך. Together.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha.
So we're going to keep letting our prayers flow. They might be out loud prayers, they might be quiet prayers still inside you. We're going to let them keep moving through as we collectively pray to be the kind of people that build, but build every time with chesed first, right? With like a decent, open heart.
Olam chesed yibaneh, yararaya, yararaya.
The world is built from love.
Olam chesed yibaneh, yararaya, yararaya. Olam chesed yibaneh, yararaya.
Now we say, I must build this world. I must build this world from love. And you must build this world from love. And if we build this world, from love, then God will build this world. Then God will build this world. God will build this world from
We always add on Friday night a special prayer for the state of Israel, and I'll read that prayer now. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, our God and God of our ancestors, we ask that you bless the state of Israel and all of Israel's inhabitants. Source of life, bless and strengthen those who defend the land, ensure their safe and speedy return home, protect them and guide them. Holy and blessed one, show Israel's leaders your paths so they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, and that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep their hearts from hardening. God who remembers It has been over a year, and there are more than 100 people currently being held in Gaza, many of whom are thought to be alive, and their time is running out. They include Avinatan Or, age 30, Daniela Gilboa, 19, Shlomo Manzor, 85, Bipin Joshi, 23. Freer of captives, return all those who are kidnapped safe and sound to their homes without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts. Master of compassion, help us to hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people, of all the residents of the state of Israel, while also holding the humanity and the dignity of the Palestinian people. As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways. Spread over us a shelter of peace and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. They shall never again know war.
One last prayer that we actually offer in this section of prayers is a Mishaberach, a prayer for those in need of healing. And I'll look around the room in a moment and ask for you to add some names out loud if you feel comfortable. And then you'll see up on the screen there'll be a listing of names as well. Mishaberach Avotenu Himotenu, Avraham Yitzchak V'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah, Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen.
There is a story told of a young shepherd who came to his synagogue to pray, but he could not pray, for he had not yet learned to read the words that skipped across the pages of the book of prayers. And so he sat quietly listening to the words that climbed in wisps, soaring upwards into the white light to meet the heavens. The more he listened, the more he wanted to pray. But all he could do was listen silently. So then he remembered that in his pocket there was a little flute that he carried around with him when he led his flock. So he took that flute from his pocket and he lifted it to his lips and he began to pray a simple melody that he used to call his sheep. Of course, the shepherd's flute has to be really loud because it needs to call all those sheep, and indeed it was. And so the sound of that melody was filling the synagogue with its high, piercing notes, and the people around him looked up in surprise. What was this? Who is this boy? Not dressed very well, kind of smelled like sheep, holding a prayer book, playing his ugly flute in the middle of services. Instantly, there was a murmur throughout the synagogue, and all the heads turned, and they looked to stare at the young boy, and everybody was kind of shocked and a little bit angry. But the young shepherd did not stop playing. He didn't even notice that people were looking at him. He just closed his eyes and played his flute, and his heart filled with the feelings of prayer. Rabbis, rabbis, said one woman, can't you make this young boy stop? He doesn't respect our prayers. He's interrupting our service, and he should leave at once. The other angry people murmured an agreement, and the woman got everybody all riled up, and all the eyes were turned to the rabbis for their response. But the rabbis had their eyes closed too. What were they doing? Slowly, the rabbis opened their eyes, and they looked out upon the congregation with great love and a little wisdom. One rabbi said, don't be angry, my friends. The young boy plays his flute as we sing our prayers. And another rabbi joined in and saying, it's his prayer is his way of speaking to God in the synagogue. Listen again, my friends, and maybe you will hear a touch of what he hears. And so the people closed their eyes, and their anger quickly melted, and they heard the shepherd play a sweet, soft medley to God. As the music filled the room, the people fell quietly before the melody, listening to the prayer of the shepherd and his flute. And so it is with our newest students, right? They might not know all the words to the prayers yet. They might not know how to read all the letters, but the sweet sounds that they bring to our sanctuary tonight and each week when we meet for religious school are like the sounds of the boy's flute, the way of speaking to God and lifting our hearts and all of our hearts and your hearts and their own hearts all the way toward the Holy One and to each other. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite our newest students to come up, but don't come yet. I'm going to actually read the names of all of our new students. It's going to take me a minute or two because there are 81 new students in the religious school this year. But I want, when you hear your name, if you're here and you hear your name, I want you to stand up. And then when you do hear your name, you're going to come and you're going to stand right behind the chairs. Okay? So we're going to invite all our new students. When you hear your name, come up. All right? No clapping because we don't clap in the synagogue for that kind of stuff. Amelia Aquino, Oliver Bass, Alona Ben-Horeen, Drew Bernstein, Max Bernstein, Romy Borshoff, Matilda Boxenbaum, Stella Boxenbaum, Julia Brodsky, Natalie Brodsky, Samuel Chase, Sonia Chase, Sydney Chorney, Jacob Choka Jaffe, Robert Chioka Jaffe, Lila Clavalou, Shoshana Coakley, Leo Cohen, Sophia Cohen, Cameron Connell, Sasha Faber, Fiona Farb, Ruby Farkas, Violet Fink, Sable Fox, Zoe Fox, Gwen Gilbert, Eli Gilson, Adam Glick, Jackson Glick, Isla Gould, Jack Gould, Ravi Sanders Gorkin, Dylan Greenstein, Callie Greenwald, Max Gurkoff, Sydney Haberman, Brooks Halevi, Oliver Hamburg, Alexander Heller, Vivian Heller, Zachary Hopman, Carolyn Jarrett, Maya Kachlon Barzilai, Ori Kachlon Barzilai, Avi Kaufman, Romy Kintz, Eleanor Kleinbaum, Jeremy Kleinbaum, Zachary Kleinbaum, Toby Levine, James Lindholm, Louis Littman, Bryn Luber, Jacob Lusberg, Julianu Nathel, Jamie Ockeltree, Cole Orverdorf, Nathan Payne, Jasper Palmer, Mika Platchek, Robert Platkin, hold on, Noah Prapport, Ariel Raymer, Sheer Raymer, Yaeli Raymer, Elijah Rio, Guy Ronan, Ethan Rosenberg, Calla Samuels, Rory Schechtman, Nomi Sletsky, Lennon Smith, Hannah Snyder, Hannah Snone, Sydney Tash, Milo Tivolini, Warren Titer, Leo Vaknine, Scarlett Washburn, Jake Weinberg, Anya Wilson, Lily Wright, Maddie Wright, and Sam Wright. So that's many of our new students, and I'm so excited that Maura, Wendy, and Emily, our assistant director of the religious school and our inclusion specialist, are joined by Ronnie and Cantor Greenberg, and we're going to hold this gigantic tallis over your heads as we offer you a blessing on beginning your studies at Temple Ner Tamid and in our religious school. And just as you may have seen Stella sing the blessings over the candles and the Kiddush, we hope that you will stand up here on the day of your bar or bat mitzvah and join our congregation in leading them in those blessings and prayers, and that your parents will have that nachas, that joy and pride of seeing you accomplish that. and many, many more things. And I'll say just one other. This is just the beginning of your religious school journey. It goes all the way through 12th grade and all the way through your adulthood. And I am so excited to welcome you into a community of Jewish learning. And I wish you not just an entrance into Torah, but also an entrance into Ma'asim Tovim, into doing good things and bringing joy to the world. So we're going to offer you a blessing, and we'll sing Shehechianu. And when the service is over, we have a gift and a certificate for all of you in the back of the sanctuary.
Right. So friends, you guys, I'm going to get down here. You guys are underneath this tallis. I want you to kind of look around, and I want you to feel what it feels like to be under it. Some of you, sooner than later, are going to stand here. This is the way we start your bar or bat mitzvah, is we bring you up underneath a giant tallis, and you put one of these, a tallis, on your shoulders, and the whole community comes around. And so we want to start your religious school journey just like you're going to start your bar or bat mitzvah ceremony underneath this amazing thing. So I think before we say our blessing for you in the Shechianu, let's join together in the Shema. You ready?
I'm ready.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
And just like we say God is one, I want you to know every one of you is unique. Every one of you is special. Every one of you belongs here. And we're so excited to go on this journey with you. And so we're going to offer this priestly benediction, and then we're going to say the
Okay,
Shechianu.
yes. So first, we're going to sing this beautiful blessing. So take a pause. Pause.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and always watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God cause God's face to shine upon you and give you grace.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God always smile upon you and bring you the greatest gift, the gift of peace.
Can you hear that song? May it be God's will. Let us all sing. Amen. And now the blessing for joyous first. Ed, sorry about that. We're ready now for the Shehechianu. He's ready. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Once more. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And now we sing Amen. One more time. Mazel tov.
We also want to say thank you to your parents and to your grandparents and to all your family who is here, who support you in this Jewish journey that you're on, and who support our community by bringing you each week to religious school. So welcome, welcome.
Yes.
And we hope this is just the first of many special
And
celebrations
don't
that you
run
have.
out right afterwards, because we've got some certificates for people and
Gifts. We have a little gift for you. So make sure that before
And you
you
can head
leave,
back to your seats.
right in the back, you'll get those gifts.
All right. We turn to page 282 as we rise for Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות,
ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
We're seated together. Our thoughts now go out to those that we've loved and who we've lost. As I read your loved ones' names, I'll invite you to rise, honoring their memory as I do. And for our students here, this is actually the most serious time in our whole service. So we recall Michael Abramovich, Peter Joel Barrick, Solomon Berger, Kitty Breslau, Judith Cohen, Nathan Degenscheid, Lillian Eckstein, Max Feldman, Roberta Fitzgerald, Kenneth Gaffin, Howard Goldstein, Samuel Green, Ruth Grossman, Ida Grossman, Gustav Hollander, Dora Kessler, Spencer Kimball, Dina Krames, Eve Krebs, Arlene Linetsky, Dorothy Lowenthal, David Lustgarten, Molly Mackler, Dan Mandel, Joseph Mandel, Klaus Mida, Pauline Nussbaum, Paul Rosenfield, Staff Sergeant Hallel Saadon, Patricia Safdia, Manuela Sanchez, Anna Saracen, Sylvia Siegel, Lawrence Scholler, Benjamin Smith, Fanny Solomon, Jack Sternman, Carl Strauss, Norman Watton, Judy Weston, Gertrude Wolf, Dora Margolin Yaffe, Lisa Yu, and Henry Zwirling. And those who are in their Shiva and Shloshim periods of mourning, Stephen Mark Ratnow, father of Rebecca Ratnow Meyer, Renee Godwin, mother of Serena Godwin, Rabbi Victor Weisberg, father of Orrin Henry, grandfather of Orrin Henry, Ruth Lebo Hyman, grandmother of Lisa Hyman Sackman and Lauren Kaplan, Joyce Oppenheimer, grandmother of Jill Fox. And we announced 2 deaths, both of whom have not yet been laid to rest, so although we don't formally read their names in the list, we announce their deaths here. Mikey Aben, brother of Alex Aben, who will be laid to rest early next week. And Al Saraysky, father of Steve Saraysky and Lauren Lewis, who will be laid to rest a week from Sunday, with Shiva to follow that Sunday night and that Monday night. In addition to those names I mentioned, if there's anyone who's within their 1-year period of mourning or who is observing a yard site that may not have been on this list, I'll invite you to rise and share their names with the community now. Page 294, we rise together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, b'yamad divrach yirteh v'yamech malchuteh, b'chayei echon v'yom echon v'chayei t'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'ladei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal l'shemei d'kedusha berichu, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן ביומם ומואמן. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ומואמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ותבל ויאמרו אמן. Please be seated. So I know we've got a ton of stuff going on. I'm going to be very brief with the announcements. In addition to all of the festivities tomorrow for Shabbat, if you haven't yet gotten your tickets to Sunday's movie premiere, are there still tickets, Cantor, or is it pretty much sold out?
It's pretty much sold out, but you can definitely give it a try.
Okay.
Or just show up and I bet you there'll be a seat.
2 other programs I just want to plug. One is going to be actually, I think it's next weekend, right? Which is Zach Adelman.
Yes, next Friday night. Yes,
Yeah.
on Friday night, a week from tonight, please come back. Because we will have, of course, a beautiful tefillah throughout. A wonderful jazz quartet is coming and playing with us, and they're going to do a set. But what you don't know is that person named Zach Adelman, who is a wonderful drummer, he grew up right here. In fact, he played this drum. And now he's a big deal all over the world, and he's come to celebrate his very first LP with us here. His family is still very much involved. So come back next Friday night, 6:30, an amazing night of jazz here.
And one more program that you're really only going to find at Temple Ner Tamid. On the 19th of November, we have a special program about Jews and fish, Phish. And so we've got 2 scholars who wrote this amazing book, actually pretty scholarly, on kind of the intersection between Jewish culture and fish culture, and like what does it mean to be having Shabbat services right before a fish show, and all of the kind of underground Jewishness that happens at fish shows. And then we've got a fish cover band. And so it's going to be the 19th of November, and we hope you can join us.
We're going to end with a call and prayer that peace descend on the entire world right away. Oh, say shalom bimrama. Uya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru. Amen, amen. Oh, say shalom once more. Here we go. Say shalom bimrama. Uya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru. Amen. And now we sing la la la. Here we go. La 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 la
All right. Mazel tov, all our consecration students. You're going to go to the back. Allison and Wendy are standing with gifts and certificates, and everyone is welcome to Oneg
Thank
to
you,
enjoy a
Mars.
little
Thank
bit
you,
of
Ed.
Nash in the love.